Bills pregame show for Week 15 against the New England Patriots. All right, well, our top story is the quarterbacks of the Buffalo Bills. The past few weeks we've been starting Ryan Fitzpatrick. A lot of people have been saying Edwards should be starting. Nobody really knows what's going to be going on, especially for next season. It's really important to figure out who our quarterback is for this game. It's a big game. Justin, what do you think?
All right, seriously, Ryan Fitzpatrick is not an NFL starter. If you look at the last couple of interceptions he has thrown and the ones that should have been intercepted the last couple of weeks, they're horrendous. The interception in the end zone was terrible. You have to throw that away. Interception 2 weeks ago when he threw it and basically just left a duck up there to be picked at the end of the game. He's costing the Bills chances to extend their lead. Okay. Frankly, I think Edwards is a safer quarterback if you're going to try and run a conservative style offense, which that's what the game plan has been the past couple weeks. Hey, run with beast in head, as opposed to try and throw it down the field.
All right, Nikki, what do you think?
I agree with you. He may not be a starter, but the thing is, all anybody cares about is winning. And he has a better record. He has a better record than Edwards does. And if they want to open the offense up, he may be a better choice than Edwards. They've been playing a conservative game plan, but it's not really working.
All right, well, let's think about this. The first 2 weeks, the Bills' offense is very open. Edwards was throwing it down the field. Now, things regress throughout the season because, one, line is not where it needs to be, and he's just getting killed in the pocket. Fitzpatrick, his timing hasn't been messed up, his natural clock, so he's going to take the chances. Well, he's regressed since he's been on the field. Might as well get somebody in that hasn't seen too much game action as of late. Right now, Brian Brown is not the option because he's unfamiliar with the offense. I would say let Edwards have the chance to prove himself in this league. He actually has less time in the league than Fitzpatrick, comparable amount of starts. There's no reason that you should have a quarterback that throws for under 100 yards 2 weeks in a row and is known to throw for under 50% in quite a few games.
Gotcha. The only thing I'd like to add is that I agree with what's been said here, that it's kind of weird that they would bench our starter to go with a backup. However, at the same time, you also have to look at, like you said, who you're winning with.
Here's the thing, though. They're winning despite Fitzpatrick. That's the big thing. They're not winning because of him. They're winning despite him.
Right, but there is quarterback mentality, too. You got to keep in mind.
Oh, I think that's a whole lot of crap there. Seriously. You got a guy who can throw the ball more efficiently. Sure, his leadership skills are probably not the same as the backup.
Right.
But when it comes down to it, Edwards is not going to cost you the game, where Fitzpatrick has come close to it this past week and the week before he did.
Strong opinions we have. All right, offensive breakdown. You got to look at what the Patriots have been doing on defense to actually look at our offense. If you actually look at their defense, it hasn't been doing so good in the last few games. There's been a lot of issues with them stopping the run, so that leads into mind what our game plan should be against them. So, Nikia, what do you think?
I think we need to try to kind of stick with the run. Fred Jackson's been doing a pretty decent job. Marshawn has been doing okay. I think he's kind of slowing down because he had to split the time with Fred Jackson. But when he's in there, he definitely does get it done. And if New England's having a hard time stopping the run, especially depending on what the weather's like, this would be a perfect game for both of them to have big games.
Okay, Justin, what do you think?
Weather could definitely play a big factor. You got to look at it. Jackson and Lynch have both looked good the last couple weeks. Just keep giving them a rock and let them grind it out. That's what you need to do to keep the defense off the field. And
what about the passing game, though? Trying to get it open to Evans or Owens?
Well, as it stands, I'm not confident in either quarterback.
Okay.
Especially with Fitzpatrick, I'm not as confident with him at all. I would say just keep giving it to the two workhorses and
so keep it out of the quarterback's hands is the strategy.
Minimize the risk, yes.
All right, minimize risk. Okay. The defense now. What does the defense have to do to stop the Patriots? Well, one thing we also have to keep in mind is who they have on offense. They have pretty good receivers. They got Randy Moss, Wes Welker, and even our old buddy Sam Aiken doing pretty well lately. So, Justin, what do you think we have to do on defense to stop them?
Well, they need to fill the gaps when it comes to run contain. The Bills did a great job against the run, except for one play, and that's been the story of the Bills' season this year. They can't stop the big play because they don't fill the gaps. That said, Marcus Stroud, yeah, he's been doing pretty well. It's just at that second level, when you get to the linebackers, they need to fill in. Secondary doesn't need. You need your safeties to be kind of up front. You need Whitner or Wilson to be right in the box when it comes to run situations. As far as passing game goes, you have Wes Welker. What New Orleans did to stop him was put 2 guys on him to double him the whole game, and that worked out pretty well. Randy Moss, Carolina got in his face and he shut down. You need to do that. I'd rather see Sam Macon torch us than those 2 other guys.
All right, Nikki, what do you think?
I definitely agree with that. They're going to have a hard time with Lawrence Maroney. He's had a great season so far this year. So if the Bills don't get it together up front, then he's going to have a field day running against us. And like you said, with Wes Welker, he isn't even their #1 receiver. But because people usually see him to double Randy Moss, he's been having a field day, especially over the middle. So, you know, we might have to have a couple of extra DBs just to keep the 2 of them in line. And like you said, Sam Macon, if he gets, you know, more yards just because the 2 of them aren't scoring, I'd rather him have yards than scoring. He's not really scoring. He's getting a lot of yards, but he's not scoring. So I'd rather him get the, you know, short 5-6 yard passes than to have Welker, and Moss running all over us.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I'd add to that is that, like you said, the Lawrence Maroney, I mean, they have a few decent running backs on that team, not just Lawrence Maroney. They also have Sammy Morris and Falk. Yeah, they're very dangerous. So all 3 of those guys combined against our defense, which unfortunately is the worst against the run, could cause some huge problems. All right, let's talk about playoffs, believe it or not.
Playoffs?
Believe it or not.
Playoffs?
The Bills are not eliminated from the playoffs yet. I'm not even going to try to go through the scenarios of what we have to do to get in, but all I know is that we have to win out, and if the Patriots lose out, as in lose every single game, including this one, everyone will be 8-8. Maybe we can take it. All right. Well, now it's time for Justin's Trivia Corner.
Welcome to Justin's Trivia Corner. This week is brought to you by Grasso's Pizza and Subs on Transit Road in Depew. This week's question: a Depew native happened to be the last quarterback to start for the Green Bay Packers at quarterback before Brett Favre. Who was he? This has been Justin's Trivia Corner. Again, brought to you by Grasso's.
And now it's time for the keys to the game. My key to the game is blitzing Tom Brady. If we keep him out of the game, we'll have a chance to win. What's yours?
My key is stopping the big play. They got good running backs, so we got to hold them to negative yards.
All right, what's yours?
Ball control, baby. Got to control the lines. And right now, New England's offensive line is struggling. Might as well try to control the game through the clock.
All right. All right, now it's time for our picks of the game. Our status right now, I don't know if you guys know this, but the winner of our picks gets to choose where we're going to go out to dinner at the end of the season. The loser has to pay. As of right now, I have 3, Nakia has 3, Sean has 3, Justin has 2. Truthfully. So, here are our picks for the game. Excuse me. My pick of the game is 28-10 Patriots. What's yours?
I'm going 31-17 Patriots.
All right.
Upset special, baby. Buffalo, 21-14.
All right. That's all the time we have for this week. Join us next week for the Atlanta Falcons game. See you there.